What's going on, everyone? It's Camille Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia. How are you guys doing? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. As you come in, regardless of whether you are a live or a replay viewer, do me a favor right quick and just let me know where you are watching from. I always like to see that and just get a handle on my audience. And also like, share, subscribe the broadcast. Guys, it is free, but it really helps your girl out a lot. How are things going with y'all? In a few moments, what we're going to do, we're going to review one of the Credit Crushers quiz questions. And it's so ironic that someone asked me a question that plays off of this answer that we're going to give today. So while I do not do free consulting, I don't do consulting at all, y'all. I don't do consulting. I don't give advice. I'm not a legal person, a legal pro, or anything like that. I'm just a country girl in a country world rambling on the internet. That's it. But there was someone who went over to hellocamille.com, clicked my email button, and sent in this scenario. And because it went along so well with the question, I wanted to discuss with you all. So in this instance, I will give my opinion, not advice, but my opinion about what I would do if I were in their situation. Because I've been in their situation before, but at the time I didn't have this knowledge. Speaking of which, guys, you can find me over there at hellocamille.com. You can find me everywhere from over there, okay? So just an FYI. Let's get into it though. I'm going to screen share right quick and show you the question, and then we're going to go over the answer, especially as it relates to this scenario. And we're not going to do this too long because I have an obligation shortly. I know y'all surprised. Hold on. Am I trying to screen and then keep exiting and out? Okay, here we go. Bam. And let me pull up my other screen so I can make sure that I am all good. Okay, looks like I'm good over there on Facebook. Hello, Facebook. This is the question. So I asked this a day ago, and here we go, y'all. Let me get a sip of water right quick before I get into this. Okay, so the question is, what refers to ruling on a claim? Wow, the lag is horrible. The delay is real. All right, anyway. What refers to ruling on a claim without a trial because the party who should win the case is obvious? All right, yeah. So you have 4 answers: consent judgment, summary judgment, automatic judgment, and confirmation judgment. I hope you guys don't feel bad when I do this. But what I started doing recently is if I rate your questions when I post the answer, then I started giving you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't know what was going on here, so I just left it. But yes, quite a few of you answered this question. Quite a few of you did well. Thank you to everyone who is participating with the questions and expressing their appreciation. As long as you guys like it, I will continue to carve out time in my schedule to do it. So let me just go ahead and tell you, automatic judgment and confirmation judgment, answers C and D. I made those up. So I thought, oh, that sounds good. Maybe somebody will guess that. So we can go ahead and throw out the last 2. But the first 2 is where a lot of you were really going back and forth. Consent judgment and summary judgment, right? So let me see here. The answer, guys, was summary judgment. And we're going to talk about why and what they both are really. So summary judgment was the answer. Let me really quickly shout out Tyrone Allen for getting it correct. M Magic, Rival Sweepstakes Gaming. Who said B? Rashad Wright got it right. Who else? Al Hansard got it right. I don't know, my cake leaf. Yeah, they got it right because the answer was summary judgment. But thanks to everyone who participated, whether you were right or wrong. If you were wrong, it's an opportunity to learn, and hopefully this video will help you do that. So, what is a summary judgment, right? Let me share this tab instead. Summary judgment is exactly what the question said. It's obvious who is supposed to win the case. There really shouldn't be a case, so the judge rules accordingly. And the example that I heard that really made summary judgment make sense to me was that there was a scenario where a woman had gone to multiple doctors, and I don't know what her issue was, but she named all doctors in a lawsuit, every single doctor that she saw. And so hold on here, what's going on? Oh, did I click off? Yes, I did. All right, hold on one second. I did not realize. See, that's why it's helpful to have another screen share up. What's going on, Michael Anderson and others who have come in? My bad, y'all. I didn't realize I stopped my screen share. All right. So yeah, the woman named all doctors that she has seen, and whatever the scenario was, it's not important right now, but one of the doctors that she named in the suit, she had only seen for a few minutes. Her visit with him was not anywhere near substantial by any stretch of the imagination. So when the lawyer for that doctor went to court, he brought that point up. Hey, she was only they only interfaced for this amount of time, had very little engagement, and surely whatever he did not play a factor in her situation, the outcome or whatever. He's not basically it didn't matter. The visit should not count for anything. And the judge agreed when looking at the facts presented by the lawyer. Yeah, you technically did go to this doctor, but how much damage could have been done in 10 minutes or something like that? So summary judgment was issued for that doctor, and then her case went on against all of the other doctors. So that's the best example I could give you of summary judgment, but you all can go to the handy dandy Googler and look it up for yourself to get a better understanding of summary judgment. But it's basically, as they say over here, a judgment entered in court by one party and against another party without a full trial. And that's really because one is not needed. Okay, so that is summary judgment. It's obvious that this person shouldn't be taking a trial, so they don't. Now, consent judgment, on the other hand, is where both parties agree to have a judgment in favor of the plaintiff against the defendant. This is most often seen in debt collection cases. So what will happen is a collection agency, this is just one example, and definitely the example I'm going to use going into presenting the scenario that we're going to look at right quick that I was emailed about. With a consent judgment, a debt collection agency will often come to you trying to entice you to say, hey, you owe it. So instead of going through the hassle of trial and court, why don't you just go ahead and agree to this consent judgment? And oftentimes people, because they don't know what to do otherwise, will do that. Sometimes the lawyer will downplay a consent judgment and then say, it's no big deal, we can work this out, blah, 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 blah. But it is a judgment. So you do need to understand that if you agree to that, it could go on your credit report, all three of your credit reports as a judgment. Hold on one second. Where was it at? But yeah, it could, I'm not going to worry about it right now, but go to the handy dandy Googler and look it up. So it could go on your credit report, and a judgment is a judgment, guys. So this could greatly drop your credit score. It's very important to realize this. You always have some type of power. Now, if you don't know that, then the power is useless because you can't exercise it. But you always have some say. If you ever agree to a settlement, say it has to be in writing. Give conditions. There are instances where people have had a $5,000 debt, and then the collection company proposed, hey, well, let's draft up something so that you can just pay us $2,000. And the party owing the money thought, okay, all right, 2,000 sounds better than 5,000. They paid the 2,000, and then they were still taking the court for the 3,000. And the person is like, wait a minute, I gave you 2,000. I thought that was going to square it away. Yeah, that's what you thought. That's not what they said. They said, why don't you just pay 2,000? But if you didn't get it in writing that they are going to accept 2,000 instead of the 5,000, they will not. And you can put conditions. If you want to settle, if you want to make an arrangement with a company, if you want to pay them anything, you name the conditions upon which payment will be made. Tell them, hey, I'll settle for this amount if you agree to release the outstanding amount, still due, and you agree that you won't come after me against anything else. And if you sell the debt, the person or party or entity to whom you sell the debt also will not come after me. Meaning the debt obligation does not transfer with the sale of the debt. Because there have been instances where a debt collection agency has gotten someone to settle, then they sold the debt to someone else because there's still a remaining balance. And then that person came after the other person. Wait, no. I settled with company before you. And now the current company is looking at you like, well, that's them. That's not us. So you, as a consumer, as a person with a mouth and a brain, you have the right, you have the power to exercise conditional acceptance. I'll accept your offer, provided that, and then you fill in the blank with what you want. And you cannot take anything for granted, because that's what a lot of people do. They'll say, oh, well, I just thought that would automatically happen. I didn't even think about it. Yeah. That's why it's important that you're here. That's why it's important that we all study this stuff well ahead of time before we find ourselves in those situations and those scenarios, because you'll never think about something until you're in that situation. Usually most people don't think about something until they get screwed by it, right? Unless they have someone with whom to consult who has already been in that scenario and can give them a heads up about it, right? If you're going through a divorce, there's tons of things that are put in a divorce decree that you have never thought about if you've never been divorced before. But baby, if this is your second or third divorce, you know what the deal is. Versus your first one. If it's your first one, you better talk to someone who has been through a few, whether it's a lawyer or just someone who's gotten married and divorced a whole bunch of times. So it's super duper important. A consent judgment, they will try to mitigate and make it seem like to you it's no big deal because they want you to consent. Yeah, judge, just go ahead and into the judgment against me, let them win. But you got to understand the consequences that come along with that. There are times when maybe it may be beneficial to you, but overall, a lot of people who agree to a consent judgment actually find that they had no idea what they were really, truly agreeing to. They were just intimidated. Now, another thing to note is that consent judgments are not legal in all states. So, there's a hierarchy in law. And so every single state does not allow consent judgments. I'm in Georgia. I looked it up on the handy dandy Googler, and my state does. You look it up in your state just to see, just as an FYI. So now what I would like to do, let me see something right quick. Let me check and make sure everybody is good. Okay, we got some comments over here. We're gonna stop the share for a moment and address this. Hey, what's going on, Penny Choice? Penny said, Grand Rising. Yes. Did you get good night's sleep? I did. My friend Kitchen Prep ASMR. What's going on? Aren't you in Michigan? You're in Michigan, right? I think you're in Michigan. Yeah. Kitchen Prep ASMR. I think I went to your channel and checked it out to see some video. You got a few videos on there. I think it was mostly TikToks. Okay, here goes Yisrael Yeshe, who's always testing my Speaking skills. Okay, I can't pronounce this. Marshall. Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna need you to put the phonetic spelling up now. I'm gonna need you to help a sister out. Cause I want to communicate with you so bad, but I don't. But you put it in parentheses. How are you, family? Thank you. We are good. We are good. Well, actually, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm cool. That changed real quick. The truth is, I'm okay. How is everybody else doing today, though? All right, and then we got Shaq. What's going on, Shakira? Hey now, you did your homework. You did your homework, sis. Shaq is one of the current Credit Crusher mentees, y'all. You laughing at me? Yes, we are. Cool. Yes. Penny Choice said, amazing and cleaning as listening. Yes, I need to do the same, but I got to make a quick road trip and get my son. So I did some very little cleaning yesterday. I'll do the rest though tomorrow when he's in school. I feel you. That's the best way to learn this information. I know that I am always listening to stuff as I'm doing dishes, washing clothes, all types of stuff, mopping the floor, whatever, driving is the best thing. But I totally get you. That's why when people say I don't have time, I just reply, you have to make time. I get it, but you have to make time. All right, let me now pull up this yes. Let me pull up this scenario that I'm going to read with you guys that I recently I got it in my inbox last night. Again, please don't send me messages about your scenarios. I don't give advice. I don't consult. Definitely, if I did, I wouldn't do it for free, but I don't do those things. I'm just going to answer this because it really plays off of the question very, very well. And yeah, it kind of, okay, I'm waiting. Okay, the screen share just started on the Facebook. Yeah, it's a lot, you guys, when you are going through scenarios. While I empathize with you, it's a lot for me to take on that energy. So if you could not do that, it would be awesome. But in this instance, this person just got lucky because we're going to kind of go through it. And while I won't give advice or consult, I will just give my opinion right quick on what I would do if I were them. And by the way, I have been them. I've been unemployed, laid off, had, got a summons to appear in DeKalb County Court for a credit card years ago, was scared out of my mind. So I didn't go, at which point a default judgment was entered against me. And that makes it even worse, guys. Okay. When you don't show, it's not like it goes away. It doesn't go away when you don't show up. It just gets way, way worse. So let's read this together, shall we, class? I got this last night, and the person says, hello, thank you for taking time out to speak with me. We never spoke. I think they're just talking about how I replied on the YouTube comment to them. They say, I have a collection account that has now filed something in court. I am getting letters in the mail from attorneys, but haven't answered any, probably because you don't know how. I am being told that I'm being sued by Best Buy. The account was mine, but I have no way to pay nor get an attorney. As a matter of fact, I'm laid off. Is there anything I could do to stop my bank account from being garnished? Any info would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time. Okay, so first and foremost, I have a heart. So I am very, very sorry about you being laid off. I have been laid off more times than I care to count, or than I'm even able to count. Like, it's a tough scenario, because even when most people are working, they're living paycheck to paycheck. That means when they get laid off, things go from bad to horrible really, really quickly. So I really empathize. Now, I will tell you this: going to court and talking about that situation, they don't care. Okay, they don't care. So again, the debt is not going to go away because you can't pay it. is to go away because you are laid off. So how do you best prepare? I will tell you this right now, and this is what we talk about in the Credit Crushers mentorship. Side note, y'all, I just got to tell y'all, I've been laid off, I've been divorced, every type of horrible financial situation you can have happen to you, just about, I've experienced. And just because I didn't have the money to do something, it didn't mean that life stopped happening to me. So it was as I found that, Kim, regardless of whether you have the money or not, these scenarios are going to keep coming at you, and you have got to position yourself to better prepare. This is why even people that are working will say, well, I don't have the money to take your mentorship, Kim, or forget my mentorship. I don't have the money to get these courses and these classes. It could be from somebody else. Y'all got to find a way. Y'all got to find a way, because what you want to do is you want to position yourself ahead of time so that when you find these things, yourself in these scenarios, you have more than 2 weeks to prepare, because that's extremely stressful. Now, is it good that you're laid off from the perspective of that you have the time? If you don't have the money, you got to put in the time, but it's going to be a lot of time, a lot of time. You're going to have to be on YouTube, looking up stuff, going through things, because chances are nobody's really going to talk to you for free, right? The people that you want to get in contact with, it took them time and money to get their expertise, so they don't give it away for free. And if you find someone like that, you're extremely fortunate. Extremely. Oh man, hold on one second, y'all. My other phone is over there, and the alarm is going off. Crap. Hold on, y'all. I am the girl of 50 million alarms, I tell you. All right, Penny said, I am new to your channel, I believe. Oh, well, welcome, Penny. Thank you for subscribing. Shaq said, yes, I'm more than halfway finished. Got to read over my reports a few more times. Yes, Shaq is in the mentorship. She's talking about the homework because I give them action tasks. So good job, Shaq. Organized time. Yes, yes, yes. So guys, in the scenario, what I will say about this is, and we talk about this in the mentorship, just what is, let me find my screen again. One of the things you want to do when you have a credit card is you want to see what is the underlying bank, right, that funds that credit card. So with Best Buy, the underlying bank is Citibank. So you have to get your card member agreement. And what I would do, I got to get out of here. Oh man, I got to get out of here. Okay, so you have to get your underlying card member agreement. So if I were her, what I would do is I would go to, where did I put my, oh, hold on one second, y'all. Because I made some notes of just some really quick notes. Let me pull those up, but they're in the other group. Yeah, so I would get my Citibank card member agreement. Most of us don't have our card member agreements because when we got our credit card, we opened up and just, activated the card and threw everything else in the mail. You can request a copy of the card member agreement from Citibank, or you can go online, see if you can find it there, whatever it is you need to do. Okay? Now, dang, what in tarnation? Oh, I got too much stuff everywhere, y'all. Yeah. So then when you get the card member agreement, what you are looking for is an arbitration clause. Okay. Look and see if there is an arbitration. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Look and see if there is an arbitration clause there. If there is, then you will file with the court a motion to compel arbitration. Shout out to Jen Sanford. Man. If you're in my mentorship, I shared an IG live that she did on Friday night. It was not supposed to be made public. It was supposed to be in our private Facebook group, but Facebook was acting up. So you guys got the benefit of seeing her IG live publicly. So shout out to Jen Sanford. If your Best Buy / Citibank card member agreement has an arbitration clause, you should file an MTCA, motion to compel arbitration. That will get it out of the court and into an arbitration arena, either JAMS or AAA. your card member agreement, if there is that clause, it will probably tell you which one. If not, you decide, or maybe you and Citibank decide together, you and Best Buy decide together. And you go from there based on whichever organization, whichever entity you choose. Then you'll follow their roles to now go through the arbitration process instead of the litigation process. That is something we discussed. We will discuss, I think, this week 2 of the mentorship, as it relates to arbitration, jams, mentor jams, and AAA. A lot of people had never even heard. People from the prior mentorship, wave 1, they had never even heard of jams. They thought I was saying JEMS or something like that. They had never heard of that. They had never heard of AAA. And the good thing to this person in the scenario is that if there is an arbitration clause, arbitration is a lot more lax, a lot more lenient, a lot more flexible than court. And you'll be able to better prepare as you learn how to prepare for an ARB case. In some cases, many cases, you can choose your arbitrator, whereas in court, you can't choose the judge, right? You'll be able to see the arbitrator's resume and things of that nature. It just really, really depends. So now learning how to pick one, that's a whole nother lesson, because the person that you think based on their resume might be best for your case may not be, okay? May not. It might be exactly the opposite. And I can't get into that right now because of time restriction and just, yeah. Anyway, what if they don't have an arbitration clause? Well, now you want to really, first of all, you do want to respond to this saying that you will show an answer without giving too much information. But if you have to show up, okay, yeah, I gotta go. If you have to show up, you need to really start building a case right now for, and it has nothing to do with you being laid off or you can't afford it. Again, they don't care. They don't care. You need to start building a case almost like a lawyer. You need to see what is the statute of limitations on debt in your state. In your state. And it has nothing to do with the 7 years of it falling off on the credit report. Every single state has different statute of limitations based on whether it's a written agreement, an oral agreement, debt, credit card debt, or different types of debt. That's, again, something we cover in the mentorship. But it's not a blanket answer. So I'm in Georgia. I don't even know where you are, but the laws for me may or may not apply to you. So you have to look up the laws for credit card debt in your state. Then you want to go ahead and look into what do you call it? Okay, I'm getting notifications in. Oh, and by the way, y'all, let me just tell y'all this. You are going to see more people taken to court by debt collection agencies around this time of the year. Does anybody know why? I want to see if anybody can guess why you are going to see more people taken to court by debt collection agencies around this time of the year. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes because of the delay, because of the lag, but I want to see if anyone can guess why more people are being taken to court around this time of the year for credit card debt and debt collection agencies. All right, going back to what I was saying, yeah, if you could get it in arbitration, that would be great, because court is very stressful and it has a lot of rules of procedure. If you're going to act as your own attorney, then you are an attorney. They're going to hold you to the standard of an attorney. Yes, my drone, bro. Oh my gosh, Christopher Henry. Good to see you. How are you? How you doing? Christopher Henry got it. Ding, 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 ding. Da, 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 da. All right, I ain't got time for that. He said it right. Tax season. Yes, Shaq got it. My little sis. Tax season, y'all. Tax season. They know you got that. What? They know you got that money. Then they're like, give me that. Give me that. That's just how they do it. It's a strategy, right? So, oh, you doing fine, Christopher? Awesome sauce. So yeah, guys, this is just how it works. If you had a debt collection agencies, you would do the same thing. So don't be mad at the game. Just learn the rules and play to win. Now, if you can't get it in arbitration, and now we're looking at you going to court. If you can't afford a lawyer, then that means you're going to be acting as your own lawyer. That means they are going to hold you to to you knowing everything that lawyers know. Well, that's not fair. Well, that's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, I don't know what, and I'm not talking to this person directly. I'm talking in general to everybody who will find themselves in this scenario. Okay, so I don't want this person to be like, oh, she going off on me. No, I know it's so many people that filled out the Google form for the credit crushers, and they had scenarios that they are actually in right now, but then they were like, oh, but I can't afford your mentorship. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. Because even the answers that I'm giving right now, guess what? To the person who I'm answering, these answers are so layered that even as I'm giving you the answer, you probably still don't understand. Because these are just the pieces of the puzzle. You still don't have the big picture. And you don't even know where to put the individual pieces. That's the point of the mentorship. This is not even a situation that I can fully answer in a YouTube video. That's why when a lot of people say things like, people out here and they got answers, but they don't want to share. Even if they shared it with you, you wouldn't understand most times, right? Even with the answers that I've given you so far, there are so many questions that have to be answered. Like I said, some people are going to be like, what is arbitration? And I'm trying to answer as thoroughly as possible. But anyway, if there's no ARB clause in the Citibank card member agreement, when you get a copy of it, because you probably threw it away, then what you now have to look at is what am I going to do going forward in court? Like I said, you want to look and see if the SOL in your state has passed, so that they don't even have a right to take it to court anyway. You want to look at, because guess what? If it's a debt collection agency, right? Who's the source? Who's the original creditor? You said that they said it was Best Buy. What's the date of first delinquency? Do you even know? Did you ask for it? Can they provide it? Usually they only provide the date that they bought the debt, which could re-age your account. So these are things, again, that you need to find out prior to going to court, and for you to make your case in court as to why you are not going to say that you don't owe the debt. That's shooting yourself in the foot. You are fighting a losing battle doing that, because most people who say I don't owe the debt, they're going to catch you in that lie. You are fighting whether or not they own the debt. See, right now, Christopher Henry can't just take me to court and be like, Kim, owe me some money. What are you talking about, Christopher? Well, I heard that you owe so-and-so some money, so I bought the debt. Well, hold on now. Let me see that. How does that work? Yeah, I do owe so-and-so some money, but not you. So when you go to court, or before court, and again, it depends actually on what court. Was this filed in small claims court, in district court? If that's the case, you probably can represent yourself. Again, you're going to be investing a whole lot of time to prepare for that, though, because you are not a lawyer. But if it went to a circuit court, nah. And the different courts a lot of times are based on the amount of the debt. So this Best Buy card, I don't know. Is it $1,000 debt you owe or $10,000? That would also determine what court they filed in. So if it's small claims or district court, you might be good representing yourself if you really don't sleep, don't eat, don't do anything but study until you have court. But if it's circuit court, baby, you better get you an abogado. You better get you a lawyer. Alguna representación, right? But you want to definitely answer to avoid the default judgment, and then you want to build a case, not for why you don't owe the debt, but you want to ask, how do they own the debt? Because the debt collector, and man, it's too much to get into right now, y'all. But this is a very layered, complex thing. Yes, you do want to prevent garnishment, because that will just take your bad situation and make it worse. But how you're going to do that? This is a doozy. And I don't know how much time you have, but that at least is a jump off point. Yeah, it's a sad situation, Christopher Henry. And like I said, I found myself in this situation before, many, many years ago, before I had this knowledge. I didn't answer. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. They got a default judgment. I ended up paying it, right? And that was that. But they will get you with those judgments. Not every credit card company is just going to let it ride. Let's ride. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Sorry. 90s R&B moment. All right. You appreciate that answer, Penny Choice? You got you thumbs up? Gotcha. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, not every collection company is not going to let it rise. Some of them are really balls to the wall, going to go after you to get whatever they can, especially around tax time. And guys, that is why it is so important that you pull your credit reports ahead of time and challenge this stuff before they file suit in court. On that Credit Crushers mentorship forum, I asked people, when's the last time you looked at your credit report? And it is, y'all, I'm getting so blown looking at these answers. Some of you have never looked. Some of you only look once a quarter, once a year, or when you're about to get something. Stop that crap. We got to start adulting. As long as you can go to annual credit report right now and get a free credit report every 7 days, if I ask you what's the longest that you've seen your credit report, your answer should at most be 6 days. Because it's free. It is free. Takes less than 10 minutes to pull all 3 digital downloads. You save them to your computer so that you have that historical trend and you go on about your life. But had this been attacked when it was first on the credit report, had it been attacked when the debt collection first sent that letter and you say, hey, you say you got this debt and I now have to pay you. Show me that you own the debt. Let me see the bill of sale. Let me see the purchase agreement. If they don't do it, you send a cease and desist. You put them on notice. I don't owe this debt to you. And you, man, please. I wish it. Let me drink my water and get out of here. All right, y'all. Listen. I hope that person finds it helpful. That's all I can really do right now. Let me tell y'all right now what you will want to do if you want to sign up for the mentorship and get a handle on this types of stuff before stop sharing, blah, 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 blah. Right there, bottom left, it says hellocamille.com. That is where you would go if you want to sign up for the mentorship starting in May. We already have week 1 of the current mentorship. Somebody is already interested in the May mentorship. So they proposed to me, hey, Kim, I can't afford the full amount up top, but can I do a payment plan? I said, yeah, as long as you've paid in full by May, it doesn't matter to me. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. If instead of paying the full amount, it helps you to pay in installments, however you see fit, as long as you're paid by May, I don't care. That's fine. Whatever works for you. Now, what we're not going to do though, just so that y'all know, and that will be if you and I agree. Everybody can't do a payment arrangement because we're not going to do oopsies where you start paying 2 payments and then the May comes and you say, hey, Kim, I changed my mind. I need my money back. I don't do complicated stuff. I don't. So, yeah, if you're interested in the Credit Crushers mentorship, it's a 4-week intensive. There's a Telegram group for support. There's homework, like you saw me asking Shaq about. We meet Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Usually the presentation is about an hour, hour and a half. Oh, last week we went 2 hours, but it was a lot and it was good. I got great feedback from it. And then we have a private Q&A session for the mentees, and that can be anywhere from an hour or 2 as well. So you're looking at about 2 to 4 hours of information. Like I said, there's no way in the world that I could or would give that same information on YouTube. I can't sit on here for 4 hours with y'all, and it would only open up Pandora's box, because if you don't have a foundation and you're not building upon something, you still don't even know the words that are coming out of my mouth anyway. So you come to hellocamille.com. It looks like this. And right here, the Credit Crushers mentorship form, that is where you will click that button. It will open up a Google form that you need to fill out in its entirety. The reason why I ask these questions, they're not SAT questions. They're questions about you. So it really shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't take you long to answer, but I'm asking for a reason. And that reason is because I want to make sure it's a good fit. I don't work with everybody. And I don't think everybody should work with me. So if there's something that you're looking for that I don't cover, that I don't provide in the mentorship, I'm going to tell you, your money's no good here. Your money's no good here. Even if you think, I don't care, I really need it. You could be like, I'm in a bind, Nate. I'd be like, can't help you. So I want to see if we're a good fit for each other. So that is that. I've got to really, really run and hit the road. Let me check these last do 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 do. Uh 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 uh. What you say? Who said it? Oh, Shaq said, "Watch your mouth now." What you say? Investing in yourself is worth it 100%. Oh, thank you, Shaq. I'm happy that you're enjoying it thus far, girl. This week is legal. This week 2 is legal. Week 3 is disputing. So, well, you young. I was about to say you might need to take a nap before class, but that ain't you. That's me. I need to take a nap before class. Shaq, this is so funny. She said Shaq No Neil. That's your YouTube name. I just got that. I'm moving a little slow today. Exactly. Christopher Henry is agreeing with you. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. I will see y'all later. Again, thank you for participating in the Credit Crushers daily quiz questions. I'm gonna see if I can bang one out before I hit the road. If not, it'll be in the next few hours. And always come back, revisit, look and see. I usually post the answer within 24 hours. So double check your work. Even if you can't join the mentorship, the Credit Crushers quiz questions are a great little daily feed, daily things that you can tap into and research on your own, just to, do what you can do. All you can do is all you can do. But guys, if you don't have the money, you best to have a lot of time. You best to have a lot of time. All right. Thank y'all so much. Bye.